Welcome back to another video. We are going to compare 4 CAD solutions. So the first one will be Catia. I will go over here within part design and I will enter the sketch workbench. I will select the first plane X and Y and I will go to the sketch workbench. Now we're going to see the tools over here. So we can draw profiles, rectangle shapes, we're going to have circles, splines, over here various lines, and the operations will be positioned over here. So underneath the operation we're going to have the symmetry. We can copy and move and scale various sketches. Now for the layout we can change this around quite easily. If you're going to hold down shift, you can make them vertical or again horizontal. Now I will jump to SolidWorks and over here I will define a new part. And we're going to see that let's say the tools underneath Catia will be quite similar to those within Catia. The naming of the planes will be different. So this will be front plane where we had X and Y previously. And we're going to have the same features over here. So you can draw a line, rectangle shapes, circles, 3-point arc, splines. And for the operations, they will not all be listed under the same tool palette. So some of those will be available over here. We see mirror, we're going to see linear sketch pattern. Another interesting advantage is that if I will just leave the mouse, we're going to have that information. So this will be quite similar to those within Fusion. For example, for convert entities, if I will just leave the mouse, we don't want to have that annotation information. The same for the others. But keep in mind that for mirror and for linear pattern, we're going to have those. If I will go, for example, over here for circular sketch pattern, I need to first activate that. And as we can see, we are not going to have that information for that, only for the linear sketch. If I will swap it over here, it will always remain underneath. So the linear sketch will always be on top. Okay, so let's jump to Fusion now. This will be Fusion. I see that I have an update ready. I will leave that for now. And again, I will go to the Sketcher workbench. And we're going to select, for example, the X and Y over here. So regarding the tools, it will be the same. So we can draw lines, rectangles, circles, splines. The mirror will be positioned over here, so underneath create. And for the modify, we're going to have offset, fillet, chamfer, and others. The constraint section will be positioned over here. And if I will leave my mouse, for example, on fillet, we're going to have that information regarding fillet. But as we can see, we are not going to have that visual information, at least not for Sketcher workbench over here. We see that for line we have an image over here, so we can see that we can specify the start point, the end point, the distance, and the angle. And if we're going to take a look at last one, this will be Inventor. We're going to see the orientation over here for the planes. So again, we're going to have the X and Y. The sketch tab will be available over here. Again, if I will leave the mouse on a feature, for example, line, we're going to have that information added. If I will just move the mouse, for example, to the circle, we're going to have that information for this as well. So overall, Fusion doesn't offer so many informations like Inventor Professional, as you can see over here, but the functionality and the features within all 4 solutions will be the same. So we can also move a sketch, just like we can in Catia and within SolidWorks. We can trim those. The main advantage over here is that Inventor offers a much more cleaner user interface. So we're going to have those visual annotations for each of those. For example, for circular pattern, if I will just leave the mouse on top, we're going to see that information. But the functionality both for the rectangular pattern, which is linear in SolidWorks, will be the same over here. And if you want to convert rapid elements, we can do that over here, for example, for center line. Or if we want to make something for construction, we can use those features over here. Within Fusion, we're going to have the constraint position over here. And for those construction types, we can rapidly add them over here. So we see the center line and the construction with those two icons. They will be, in this case for the center line, quite similar to those within Inventor. Well, over here in Solid, if you want to make something for construction, we usually have to have that drawn, and afterwards we can select it, and over here we're going to have that for construction. As you can see over here, we have those features that we can move, copy, rotate, scale, and also, in this case, also stretch entities. But if you want to rapid convert those normal sketches into constructions, it's usually required to have them selected. So it will be quite the same over here in Catia. For example, I will define this. We saw that the sketch tools was a little bit extended, and we have the possibility to make the construction over here. So with just a simple click, that will convert the selected and will make those for constructions. Otherwise, we can double click on that, and just like within Solid, we can do a selection. So this was a general overview regarding these 4 solutions. Let me know in the comment section what is your preferred solution. In my opinion, they are all quite similar, and I mostly like SolidWorks interface and also Fusion interface, since I'm more familiar with this. But I know that Inventor offers a little bit better functionality. Also, we see that this is quite user-friendly, since we're going to have those informations for each of those features. Okay, so I will position a similar video on the left side and a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.